everyone, it's Alexis and I'm here today with Hero Arts, my monthly hero October 2019 kit. Here I am getting my cardstock ready. This is Neenah Solar White 110 pound cardstock, and right here I am cutting it to I think 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. I think that's what it is. So I'm just getting that ready to go because I'm going to be doing a lot of Copic coloring, so I wanted something nice and thick. And here I am taking some green cardstock that matches the cardstock in the kit because I ran out, and I'm just cutting this to make an A2 size card, and here I am scoring it in the middle. So I haven't done a video in a while because I got married on Friday, so that was really exciting. I'm now a wife. Got to get used to that. And then here I'm taking my monthly hero kit. I actually have quite a few cards, I think 4 or 5 cards to share with you guys with this kit, which I'm pretty excited about. So I'm also taking an add-on stamp set, and I'm using the Presents. And here is a background stamp from my, Hero Arts. It is called Snow Dots. Yes, Snow Dots. But yeah, I got married, so that's why I haven't been on, because things have been pretty crazy. And I was also trying to figure out this whole editing videos and voiceover thing. I don't know how this video would turn out. iMovie doesn't seem to do very well if you go past going like 2 times in the like fast forward stage. Like right here, it kind of looks splotchy to me. I don't know how it'll be when I actually upload it to YouTube. But here I am taking the stamps and I'm doing some masking. And so when you do this, whatever stamp you want to be first, like what you want first in the foreground or whatever it's called, is what you stamp first, and then you go towards the back. So here I'm doing the milk and cookies, and then the coffee table, like I did that second. And then next will be the couch. That way when you pull off all the masking tape, it will look like a normal scene instead of like a bunch of stuff stamped over top of each other. And then I did the present, and I think I did a second one, and then I just went ahead and cut it out because this was a 2-hour long video, and I was trying to get it to where you guys would actually watch it instead of be like, no. So I did the rest of the masking since I figured I'd explain it to you and then just go ahead and get the rest done. And now I am doing my wallpaper. This is like a 1950s theme card kit, so that stamp kind of looked like 1950s wallpaper to me. I don't know. I didn't know it was snow dots. It doesn't look like snow to me. Hope this video turns out okay. And then I'm using Stampin' Up! Taken with teal ink pad for the background. You can use any color you want. Doesn't really matter. I just chose something. So I stamped it actually about 3 times, but I cut it out because, like I said, this was a 2-hour long video. And then I just took my life-changing blender brushes from Picket Fence, and I'm just blending some of that same Taken with teal color on there. And that will be the wallpaper. And then I was just cleaning off my brush there. So now I am taking off all the masking paper, and it looks like this video might be splotchy, I'm not sure. And then for the couch, I use YG23, YG25, and YG17. And this was actually not the colors that I thought they were. I did a card before I made this one, and I liked the colors of that couch better, and I grabbed the wrong markers when I was doing this video, so it's not what I had in mind. But I wasn't starting over. So we're going with it. So I'm just blending as well as I can. These markers don't do what I really wanted them to do. Like, they don't blend they blend fine. It's just they're too close in color to see really any shadows or effects. So I just did what I could with it. Besides, I'm probably the only one that's going to notice anyways. Whoever I give it to is going to be like, oh my god, this is great. So hopefully you guys haven't like left me yet, because I don't think I've done a video in a little over a week. But weddings, man, let me tell you, those things are stressful. I have never been so stressed out in my life. My actual wedding day, my neck was so kinked up because of stress. I thought something was wrong with my neck. You guys should have seen me at the altar. I was so nervous that I said one word like twice. I was like, or. Oh, Lord. Alright, so I'm going back to that couch because, like I said, the blending was annoying me. Oh, you stupid computer. It went to the screensaver thing. I didn't think it would do that during videos. So anyways, I'm doing the coffee table in browns. I don't remember what colors they were. I know I paused it for you guys. And if not, you can just pause the video and look at it. So yeah, I'm just laying down the base color. I do that on a lot of things, or I think pretty much everything. I usually just lay down the base color and then go from there and start adding my shadows, and then I blend it out. I find it blends better that way. Less harsh lines. Well, some things you want harsh lines depending on the shadows and what type of effect you're trying to have. Let me know in the comments what you think of like the editing and like how fast I'm putting things. Because this is my first video where I'm doing true editing, like the big boys. So I don't know what I'm really doing. So just leave me some feedback. Let me know if you like it, if it was too fast, what I could improve on, and I will try my best. Like I said, this is not a full-time job for me. This is not a job at all. I'm not getting paid for this. I just do this in my free time because I like sharing what I do. It's fun. But like I said before in one of my previous videos, I actually own my own business, so I'm a pretty busy gal. So, yeah. Just let me know how I'm doing. Nicely. So I'm just blending that table. I'm trying to, because I figure like, you know, when you think of a Christmas tree, they're usually lit up. So I was thinking like the light would be coming from the Christmas tree, so I was like trying to put the shadows behind the cookies and milk and everything. At least that was the idea in my head. Really, there's no light source on this card. And you might see me, when I'm blending, you'll see me like rub one brush nib to another brush nib, and that's because like if the color doesn't blend as nicely as I would like it to, then that kind of helps it blend better. And I'm just being finicky with my cookies. I added shadows on pretty much everything. Big and small. And so on this plate, I could not for the life of me picture, like I didn't know what color I wanted the plate. I think I spent 20 minutes when the first card that I did trying to figure out what color to do the plate. That's a little ridiculous for a plate. I'm like the most indecisive person, but I chose C4 and C6, and I'm just blending that together to give it shadows under the cookies and calling it a day. And for the milk, I use C4 and 0, which is the colorless blender, because obviously milk is white, but I don't have anything to really highlight with milk. So I just figured I would take C4, which was the lightest gray I had, and use my colorless blender just to add a little pop of color, but I didn't want to like make my milk look like it had gone bad. So, and here I zoom in some, because I realized in some of the videos that I was doing before, I wasn't zooming in. This is what those are the colors I'll be using to do the to Santa letter. But I noticed in my old videos that I wasn't zooming into the coloring, and when I would rewatch them, I couldn't really see what I was doing, so I knew that you guys couldn't see either. So I was using R37 and R39, I believe, to color this. I originally grabbed R35, but I realized that was too light. And I'm just doing a little shading, nothing spectacular. And let me just say that for this video, I do not consider myself an artist at all, especially with Copics. I am still learning. These are the colors I'm using for the tree. I think it was like, I don't know what colors they were. You can pause it. I don't know what I'm doing with Copics. I just kind of throw it on the paper and hope for the best. If you want to learn Copics, like really learn them, I would visit Sandy Allnock here on YouTube. She is an actual artist and knows what she's doing. I'm just over here fiddling around with them, hoping something looks good. Did I say hoping? Hoping. So here I'm taking the darkest color and I'm just kind of adding slashes. I'm not actually doing actual shading. I'm just adding slashes like you would on a, like you'd see on a tree, like branches, kind of, like giving it some texture. That's mainly what I'm doing here. Oh, this darn thing. Alright guys, remind me to touch the mouse pad to keep it from going to sleep. And yeah, just keep going over that. I cut a lot of stuff out of here, like me gluing stuff and all that, because I was trying to get the video short, but I figured, like, I didn't want to cut out a lot of the coloring because I know that this is basically a coloring video, and that's the video, so I didn't want to cut out things, because I know that people might like one or two techniques that I do here and want to learn it, and so if I cut a lot of it out, then you're not able to really learn. So yeah, I left a lot of the coloring in. Just stuff like masking and gluing I took out. And those red colors I'm using, like if you see red on this card, it's the same red colors over and over again. Same with the blues, same with the yellows, same with the browns. When I like a color family in Copics, I stick to it and that's what I use. Especially because Copics are so expensive. I don't need every color. I don't need every, well, I need every color, but I don't need every type of color. Like, I don't need navy and then turquoise. I get my Copics on scrapbookpal, I believe, .com. They have them for like $5 and something. Much better than the $8 that other stores usually have them at. And when I was doing that bow, I kind of had the idea, I don't know if you guys remember, well, I guess they still do them, like silver tinsel bows. I remember when I was a kid, my grandma gave me a Barbie and it had one of those silver tinsel bows exactly like the shape of that, and so I was kind of trying to replicate that. I actually put Wink of Stella on it at the end. I don't know if it looks like it or not, but that was my idea. Why didn't I take this part out? Anyways, so the yellow markers, I don't think I showed what I used because I don't really have a good blending for yellow. I don't have good markers, I don't think. So I didn't really show it. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. But I didn't pause. Hope this voiceover sounds normal. Lord, I hope it's even recording. That'd be terrible if it wasn't. This is a 31-minute and 44-second video. If this isn't recording, I'm gonna be mad. So here I'm just blending as much as I can with the yellows that I have. And for the blues, I was using those markers. Some of the things I tried to find and do still shots, and some of them I didn't. I've spent on this video probably 4 or 5 hours editing it, so I apologize if I didn't get to all of it. And here I got out of frame. I realized that, so some of it I just went ahead and cut out completely because you couldn't see my coloring. So the colors that I'm using on this record player are actually inspired by Pinterest. I didn't know what record players looked like in the 1950s, so I looked it up, and apparently they were very colorful. So I chose one that I found on Pinterest, which was yellow and blue. I was going to say something and I don't even know what it was. Oh yeah. Yeah, this video is taken, it's So it took me 2 hours to do the actual card making of the video, and now the editing itself. It's 2:12 in the morning, and I think I started around I started around 11 p.m. So yeah, in total for the card making and the editing, it's been 5 hours. But I'm sure I'll get faster once I know what I'm doing. And not all cards will be this long. Like cards that don't require as much coloring and masking won't be this long. The rest of the videos using that card kit will probably be that long, since they're all, the stamps are color, like you color it in, so, but after I'm done with like this series of cards from this kit, I think it'll be fine. I guess I will do a series. I mean, I might as well. And the card kit is still available. I looked earlier today, so if you are interested in buying it, it is still available. Because I was like, do I even want to do a video anymore? I was like, if they can't even buy it, what's the point? It's like, here, let me tease you. Alright, so here are the pinks that I'm using to do packages and some of the bows and stuff. I apologize if I say like or so like a million times, because I know that in school when you were doing like presentations or something, they were like, try not to say those words, but I never listened. I'm a little rebel, and so I say like or so a lot, so I apologize. So I was running out of colors to use on the packages because I don't have 1,000,001 Copics, so I just kind of grabbed the colors that I could that would be different, and I did order some specifically for this card kit because I wanted some like 1950s colors, or what I thought to be 1950s colors. So you should have seen me when I was making the original card for this. Oh, these are the really bright colors that I'm using for the ornaments. But when I was making the original card for this, I think it took 5 hours just to do the original card, because I am the most indecisive person in this entire world, and I could not figure out what colors to use. I was all over Pinterest. I was like, what colors did they use in the 1950s? Then Pinterest wasn't getting anywhere, so I was on Google. And those are the colors that I used for the couch, and so I am now using them again on this present. I'm attempting to shade on this present, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm still learning with Copics. I'm obviously a lot farther than when I first started using them, but I still have a long ways to go to become a Sandy Allnock. That is goals. There's also another person that I watch on YouTube. Guess while I'm coloring this present, I can look. Hopefully you can't hear me moving around on my phone down here. Oh god, what if it started playing? Her name is Kelly, I know that. Kelly Letivola? Letivola. Kelly Letivola. I think that's how we say it. Anyways, she is phenomenal with Copics. Like, she will take your breath away, and you'll be looking at your own work like, what is this garbage? She's actually, because I do wood grain on this card, and I watched her do wood grain, and that's how I got this technique. So if you want to see like the master doing some wood grain, I would go check her tutorial out, or videos. So I was running out of colors, and at this point I was like, I don't even care, and I just grabbed something nearby. I think on the first card I didn't even shade that green. I just I had the rest of the card shaded in nice dimension, and then that one package, I was like, I don't care. Alright. Oh my god. This computer goes asleep at the worst times. So, here I am taking those same brown markers again, E53, E55, E57, and E59, and I am making my wood grain. So I take the lightest shade, I think that was E53, and I just took it and went over the entire thing. And then I took my darkest shade, E59, and I drew some lines for the boards of my wood flooring. And here I am just adding those lines because obviously with wood floors, it's not just one big old plank going across. They're broken up or cut. So I wanted to add those lines in, trying to make it as realistic as possible. I like this card much better because I made the floor start out lower on the page. The other one, I wanted it lower, but the way the stamp went out, it just didn't work. Anyways, this card looks much better, except for my couch. So here I am just letting basically my pen take the lead. I just have a very loose grip on my pen, very light hand, and I'm just letting it flow over the page and making some wood grain patterns. I also have hardwood in my house, so in the first card, I was kind of looking at my floor while making it, trying to get an idea of what wood looks like. So I'm just doing some lines, some loop-de-loops, some swirlies. I don't know if I did on this card, but the last one I did like some knots in the wood, like those dark areas. Some waves, whatever you want to call them. And then if you let your nib like jump a little, like where it's not completely a straight, solid line. Just do squiggles. It all comes together. Whoever you give it to isn't going to notice the difference anyways. Just don't be scared to do it. I was scared at first and was like, why am I going to do it? I'm not artistic like that, but if I can do it, you can do it. So here I am adding some shading and trying to kind of separate the wall from the floor, give it some dimension instead of looking like it's all one thing. If I was really an artist, I would do the whole thing where you like make, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you taper it almost. And where it's looking in, like the boards in the back are very skinny and then they get bigger as they come out, but I didn't have time for all that. So here I'm just doing some shading in the areas that would have like a shadow around furniture and the wall. That was weird. I was like, the wall. Oh my. My excuse is that it's 2:20 in the morning. So when I was doing this, I went, like I said, over the whole floor with E53. And then I took the E59, which is the darkest color, to do the lines of the boards and everything. And then I put the E53 completely away after the main layer, and I'm just using the other three colors now. So I'm using the E57 to do shading mostly, and then I used E55 to really lay on the whole floor to blend everything together where it's not so different. I don't know how to explain it. I really hope this isn't so splotchy. It looks splotchy. It's like I fast forwarded too much. I did like ×3 instead of ×2, which is what it usually is. I'm trying, guys. And I don't know how to shade, like put a shadow under this record player. I tried my best. Hopefully it turns out okay to you guys. I don't know, it was just an odd shape to me, I guess. I don't know. But here I'm adding shading under the presents. Hope you can't hear my nose whistling. Oh my god. Alright, note to self, take off the going to sleep thing on the computer when doing videos. Oh, this floor takes a while. I don't know what to say, guys. I've ran out of things to say. Well, the wedding went off without a hitch, or bueno. Is it the same? I can't think. It's too early in the morning. Anyways, it went great. I could, like, my mom and his parents did an amazing job. We had an outdoor wedding at their Victorian house, and it looked. I felt like Elizabeth Swann, like from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like the way I had a Victorian dress and my hair, they did it. I was beautiful. The whole thing was beautiful. It could not have turned out any better, and I cannot wait to see the pictures. Though my dress was really annoying. The train on it was too long. Anyway, so here I am taking the silver foil cardstock that comes in the card kit, and I'm just adding a little bit of interest because I thought it was too plain. So I wanted to add a little shiny. So I added that on either side, and then it will go on this green card base like that. But I do trim off a little bit on each side before mounting it on. Hope you can't hear my laptop. I need to get a new one. It's quite loud. So, you know me, I put a lot of adhesive on and that was taking up too much time in this video, so I cut that out. So just go ahead and place that on, and do not freak out. There will be like a sentiment on there. Rocking around the Christmas. Okay, y'all don't hear that. Anyway, so here I take some Wink of Stella and I place it on the Christmas tree, because I mean, our Christmas tree has to be dazzling, right? So I put a lot on there. And then I also put it on that bow on the red package, like I said, because I had a vision with that bow. It was going to be like the bow of my childhood. And then I placed it on the blue parts of the record player. Because I was thinking, you know, like they have like blue sparkle plastic these days. So I was thinking maybe sparkles in that too. And then I take my white Jelly Roll pen. I think it's Jelly Roll. Anyways, white gel pen. And I was just adding some dots on the Christmas tree, like lights, and then on the buttons on the record player. And here is this random like iron-on star that I got at Walmart way back when, probably like over 5 years ago. And I'm just putting that at the top because I didn't have any other stars, so I figured, why not? It had like an indent in the bottom, so that's why I put like a rolled up glue dot in there, and then put some liquid glue, because I like to double up on glue, because I am me. And then this is where I get my sentiment, and it is just the lyrics of Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Since we have the record player. In the first card, I kind of masked off an area in the wallpaper and stamped it in there, but I didn't like how that looked, so I liked it much better popped up on white because it stood out more. So here I'm just cutting around it. I didn't want it to be like rectangular because, you know, it's music moving through the air, so I wanted to keep it moving through the air. I don't know how to explain it. I need to work on my vocabulary if I'm going to do voiceovers. And then I throw the scraps away and grab my 3M foam tape, which I have had for forever. Last a long time. And I just put that on the back to give it some dimension. Oh my god. I am so taking off the screensaver thing. Oh my god, that's the wrong password. Sorry guys, I don't even know what's going on in the video because I can't see. Alright. Was I still fiddling with that? I wonder if it's pausing when I'm on screensaver. I don't know. Anyway, so I am placing that there. Of course, making sure it's straight because I am anal like that. Perfectionist over here. And for the inside, I just took a 4x5 1/4 piece of cardstock and I just stamped the Merry Christmas that comes in the kit. And the little bedazzle star things just around it just for a little interest, and then I put that inside the card. And that completes our card. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and here's the other card with a different color couch, and I'll see you next time.